Who could that be? Phil, can you get the door? I hope it's not those Jehovah Witness people again. It's Easter Sunday. They shouldn't be out, and especially now with this contagious virus. Tell whoever it is we're sick, and that'll scare them off.
uh, oh, uh, can I help you?
Oh, good. You're at home. I'm so sorry to bother you on a holiday. I'm Terry Goldstein. This is my wife, Beth. And we were on our way to Barrie when our car died. Started making noises. We got off the main highway, the 400, and then we figured we'd be better off on the back roads. But then it just stopped, and here we are needing some help. It's cold out there.
I don't see your car. Have you even called a tow truck?
Yes, but the Auto Association says it could take 8 to 10 hours to get here. They're swamped for some reason. And yes, our car, that's the red one on the road, behind the big tree over there. We've left the hood open.
Oh, what? You walked all that way? Your wife doesn't look so good. Are you all right, lady?
No, she's not. She started feeling sick about an hour ago. She badly needs a restroom. There any chance that...
Philip, what's going on?
His wife is sick. She needs a toilet. Should I let them in?
Well, of course. What do you think? Somebody has to go. They have to go.
Oh, well, please, come in. You can leave your shoes right there at the door. The bathroom is 2 doors on the right. You should probably go with her, I think.
Phil, who are these people? You just let strangers into our home.
What? You just told me. I mean, didn't you say of course?
But you don't know anything about them. They could be thieves. Oh my God, the bathroom is right next to Malia's room. What if they're rapists or murderers?
Oh, or they could just be 2 people who are trying to get home and they had car trouble. I mean, that guy's wife is sick. Get a hold of yourself, Donna. I mean, look at them. I mean, they're pretty old. Perhaps they're retired rapists. Hey, and if I were them, I mean, I wouldn't try anything with Molly. I mean, she's got a black belt in judo.
Yes. Sick? Oh no. We can't let sick people in our house. It could be the coronavirus, that COVID-19. Oh no. It's too late. They're here. And everyone is supposed to be staying at home. What are they doing going for a drive during this lockdown? We had better get them out of here. Go ahead. What are you waiting for?
Hey, is everything all right in there? I was wondering, isn't everybody supposed to stay at home? Why were you driving around?
Yes, thank you. We're much better. It was probably just that burger she had for lunch. Takeout food, I hate it. But that was all we could get.
Oh, well, you look better now. Sorry, what was your name again? I'm Philip, and this is my wife, Donna.
It's Beth, and thank you. We're actually on our way home, not driving around.
What do you mean on your way home? The rules are you're not supposed to leave for anything but groceries or alcohol. Not that we drink. We're abstainers.
Good for you. I've thought of doing that as well. Not that we drink a lot. Oh, except for last night. Maybe that's my problem. I was tired of traveling and needed some relief.
Oh, say, where did you guys come from?
We winter over near Fort Myers. We've done that since we retired. We were at a place there. That's where we were coming from. We stopped in Buffalo on our way home. I have a cousin there. Anyway, we left there early this morning, and that's why we're on the road trying to get home.
Oh my God, you just crossed the border? You were supposed to be in quarantine.
I know that. They told us that at the border, but our car broke down and it's Easter and we couldn't get a frickin', excuse my French, tow truck to save our lives. And you were the only house we could see on this godforsaken road. Where the hell is everyone anyway?
Home, where you should be.
Do you realize what you've done? I mean, you were going to be quarantined here together. Thanks to you guys. I mean, Donna, you're supposed to work a shift at the hospital tonight, aren't you? You'd better call in. I mean, you're going to be grounded here for the next 14 days now, thanks to Beth and what's your name? Oh,
Terry, look, I'm sorry. We'll just go out to the car and wait for the tow truck. I mean, nobody needs to know we were even here.
No, I'm sorry. You can't do that. You've already broken your quarantine once. I'll check with the hospital, but I think you're required by law to stay with us. And our house is now officially under quarantine.
Mom, Dad, what's going on? Who are these people and why are they here?
this is our daughter Malia, and this is Mr. and Mrs.
Goldstein, Terry and Beth, pleased to meet you. Our car broke down and we came in to use the washroom. And I'm really sorry. I didn't understand how seriously you folks up here are taking this. I mean, back in Florida, it's like the Wild West. I mean, almost nobody has got this flu thing.
Sure, it's like AIDS. Nobody thought they'd catch it till they did. Beth, how are you feeling? You should probably lie down. You must have some luggage in your car. Perhaps, Phil, you could drive Terry out to pick it up. I'll get the spare room ready. In the meantime, come with me, Beth. I want to check your temperature just to be sure.
So are we really doing this? They're moving into the spare room and I have to share a toilet with total fucking strangers and they're sick to boot? How is that ever going to work in this house?
Malia, please. Don't make this worse than it already is. Why don't you just go and help your mother with dinner? We're going to have to make do with this situation anyway. I don't know what else to do.
Are you feeling better, Beth? You seem to have some color back in your face. You must have had a good sleep. How is your breathing?
Actually better. Yes, I'm fine, I think. Sorry I had to leave the table so abruptly last night, but I was bushed.
My hospital said that you should go in for one of those nose tests if you get any worse, though I don't know how we get you there while under quarantine.
Seriously, I'm fine. My breathing is good. I think I might have just been suffering the ill effects of too much alcohol at Terry's cousin's. We celebrated a family get-together there.
Well, that won't be a problem here. The alcohol, I mean. My parents don't touch the stuff, even on special occasions. So, you better not try sneaking a bottle in, or you'll be out on your ear.
Malia, please.
Dad, come on. You guys are so straight. It's literally embarrassing.
But like Beth says, we're trying to cut down. But, after 18 holes in the hot Florida sun, my buddies and I get an awful thirst. So what are you studying? Your parents mentioned U of T. That was my alma mater.
History and political science.
I studied biology, actually got a master's degree. But then my dad wanted me to take over the real estate business, so here I am.
Actually, I'm studying the evil consequences for all of us from American imperialism.
Oh, what Malia is trying to say.
I know what she's trying to say, and I mostly agree. Indeed, not everything about America has been good. But we have this long, undefended border with them, and we share our culture on TV and movies and so on.
There, you see, Malia? Here is somebody who understands history. Not all Canadians are as anti-American as you.
And they have kept the world safe from communism and fascism ever since World War II.
Excuse me, I'm not feeling well. Do you mind if I take a nap?
Oh, sure, please do. Can I get you anything? I have Tylenol in the bathroom cabinet.
Thanks.
Say, Terry, do you think we should make an appointment and take her to a doctor? You don't think it was our food? I mean, we made sure that turkey was properly cooked.
No, not the food. It was delicious. Besides, she barely touched hers. It's just a touch of the flu or something. It was a long drive. We probably should have stopped more along the way up here. Normally, we take a week.
No, you should not have taken the long way home. Don't you get it? There is a global pandemic going on right now, and the last thing anyone should be doing is touring.
I'm not spooked by this pandemic stuff. I mean, I've heard this virus is just a Chinese plot to destroy the U.S. economy.
Unbelievable. Well, if she has the virus, we're all going to get it now, just as well I'm young. Why doesn't she just go and have one of those tests? Or even better, maybe you could just go home. Is there really some rule that says you have to stay with us? How would that even be enforced?
Stop it, Malia. Terry and Beth are our house guests. I mean, they're going to stay here for quarantine. I thought you'd like the company anyway, somebody to talk to besides us, or instead of using up all internet bandwidth chatting nonsense with your friends on the internet. I mean, it'll give you another reason to come out of your room for a change.
I'm sure that Beth is okay. She probably just wanted to change the topic of conversation. She hates politics. So, Malia, what exactly is your beef with our American cousins? I mean, where do you think all of our fashion comes from? I mean, look at you. You're a pretty stylish dresser from what I can see.
Seriously? I guess some people are just blind to the reality they live in. America is a wasteland, major poverty, and racism. They jail more people than any other country, and they execute innocent people.
Well, you mean you'd rather see serial killers rot in public expense in jail?
It's a violation of basic human rights to kill someone. And do you even get that half of all prisoners are there because of drug offenses? Like, who are they hurting by smoking a little grass? We legalized it, and do you see hordes of people just stoned out of their minds or whatever your fucked up generation thought would happen?
It's probably too early to tell. And that hasn't stopped the black market. I mean, one day you'll agree that we should have kept weed illegal.
Fuck off. You are so full of shit. No wonder the world is so fucking screwed up. Maybe that's why God gave us COVID, to kill off all the old farts who screwed up the planet.
Malia, go to your room.
What? You can't order me around like that. I'm an adult.
Then act like it. Even adults need to show some respect to the people who love them and provide for them. And put a roof over their head. We have guests, and that is not how we behave. You're embarrassing to them and to us.
Fine. I'll go, and I won't come out until these old codgers have left. You can leave my meals outside my prison cell if that's what you want. And I'll hog all of your internet bandwidth while I'm locked up there in solitary confinement.
Malia, please. Isn't there a topic where you and Terry can agree?
Oh, you mean like climate change. I'll bet Terry thinks it's another Chinese hoax.
Oh, come on, Molly. I'm sure Terry understands what's happening to our planet. I mean, haven't we all accepted that?
Excuse me. I think I'll go and check on Beth. And Malia, I won't apologize for who I am or for my many friends who live in America. But I am sorry for the distress our being here is causing you. Please forgive us. 13 more days we'll be out of your hair. I have a new book to get to.
Malia, what is the matter with you that you're so aggressive? You talk about peace among nations, yet you're acting like an attack dog with these poor people who have no choice but to live with us.
Mom, please just don't get me started. The fucking toilet is plugged again. What is it with old people and toilets? No wonder we're almost out of toilet paper.
Malia, language. We don't speak like that in this house.
I'm afraid she's right. It's me. I've had the runs for the last 3 days since we got here. And now my nose keeps running as well. I guess I'm not used to the weather after being in Florida all that time. I must have picked up a seasonal flu. If it's not one end, it's the other, I'm afraid.
Oh, that is disgusting. Did you really have to say that at the breakfast table?
Oh, yeah. I'll fix the toilet. And there's good news. My son lives in Collingwood. He's coming by today and dropping off some goodies that he got from Costco, including groceries and a whole gross of toilet paper.
Oh, wow.
And tonight, with your permission, I'd like to cook my favorite American dinner for you folks. Southern fried chicken.
I think I'll be fasting tonight.
Oh, come on. Eating American food won't turn you into Ivanka Trump.
I'm going to watch the morning news and see what your crazy Mr. Trump is up to next. I suppose he's still popular in some states like Florida.
You'd be surprised how many of our neighbors there think he walks on water. Terry's been at one of his rallies and actually met him. But of course we can't vote for him because we're Canadian.
Who cares? The guy's an asshole, just like the rest of the American population. As if Obama was any better. Like being black, but really white. What do they call that?
Uncle Tom.
Whatever. And he was just as bad. He got his Nobel Peace Prize because he was going to solve the problems in the Middle East. And what happened? Israelis and Palestinians are still going head to head over a stupid piece of land in that godforsaken place.
Oh, yes. And what would your solution be for the snake pit?
Well, I dissolve all the borders and make one big country, like Canada.
That's a good one. You mean how Quebec keeps threatening to separate?
I say, isn't Trump telling us to try this anti-malaria drug? It's like hydrochloronique. I think that's it. I mean, you'd know better, Donna. Anyway, his own people are warning not even to do it. I mean, what do you want to bet he has some investment in the company that makes it, huh?
Exactly. He probably brought the virus over just so he could profit from it.
That's ridiculous. And he did more to stop it than a lot of the other leaders, including Trudeau, when he banned travel from China.
Well, he banned Chinese people and their airlines, but Americans still traveled there, bringing the virus back to places like Washington State.
Isn't that just quibbling?
You're right, Donna. And then he went into sleep mode for the next 2 months until the virus had spread all through the northeastern U.S. Trump is no hero.
Harry, I'm afraid you're on your own if you want to defend Trump. I thought you studied biology. You should know how a virus spreads.
Yeah, well, it was a long time ago. And, my course in infectious diseases made me a believer in herd immunity. COVID-19's a new disease, no cure, no vaccine, and it's mostly mild, particularly for younger people. So if you just let it spread until it can't spread anymore, well, then it starves itself and dies a natural death.
Well, say, that's interesting. I mean, how far does it have to go for it to work?
Well, they figure 60 to 70% of the population.
And how many people would die before we got that herd immunity? I mean, how many in this country, Canada?
Well, it's too early to tell, obviously. But given what I've read about China's experience, it could be 500,000 or more, maybe 1 million.
Great. If we did that, we'd solve the world's overpopulation problem. And you think this is a good idea? What are you, Dr. Death?
I've been reading that the virus might have started in an infectious disease lab just down the street from that Wuhan wet market. The theory is that somebody was playing with the viruses, became contaminated in the lab, and then went out in the public and inadvertently spread it.
You're serious? Oh, those bastards.
We should all pray for a vaccine, even though they couldn't get one for the SARS epidemic back in '04.
Now, it's my guess that developing an effective vaccine might be as difficult as finding peace in the Middle East.
Now that's scary.
Oh, I thought you had already figured out the peace plan for the Middle East.
Look, Terry, I've been wondering, if it's not too late, could you convince your son to stop by and pick up some weed for me? I mean, I already have a vape and a bong, so whatever he gets will be fine.
You're not smoking that stuff, are you?
Absolutely not. What that would make me a drug dealer. You're pusher. And you know the song, God damn the pusher man.
Ma, for God's sake, it's legal. Of course I do. It helps me relax and it just makes me a better, mild-mannered person. Especially when it comes to living with fucking strangers in your own home.
Malia, what have I said? I asked you to be nice, and this is not nice.
For crying out loud! Don't you see it? It's like we're living in one of those 60s sci-fi TV shows you watch. These evil aliens have invaded our homeland and they're taking over, bringing us their sickness and making us eat their food. It's like the Outer Limits all over.
Good one, Malia.
Of course, we'll ask our son to pick up some cannabis for you. It's the least we can do for invading your home planet.
Well, I've got another ebook to get to. Come on, Beth, you look like you're starting to fade. Folks, I have to take Beth to the hospital. She was up all night coughing and having trouble breathing. I'm really scared. My car's still at the garage getting fixed. Is there any chance I could borrow yours, Phil? And anyone know the quickest way there?
Never mind, I'll take you. You honestly shouldn't drive in your state, and Beth is probably going to need your help anyway. We can take my dad's car. It's bigger than my puddle jumper. Look, I've been a bit rough on you folks. I mean, you're not all bad for old people. I guess I'll get old one day too, and then I'll get my own back in spades.
That's all right, Malia. In fact, it's been a learning curve for us. Our kids are a bit older, so this has been a treat for us. Like having a new daughter, and an even more rebellious one than our Natalie.
Hang in there, Beth. We're almost there. Hey, is she okay? She doesn't look so good in my mirror.
Hey, Beth. Beth, you okay? She's not looking very good. How much further to the hospital?
Sorry, I faded. Oh, I'm still having trouble breathing. Are we nearly there?
Yeah, we're here. That's the emergency entrance right over there. My mom called ahead, so they're expecting us. Hey, is Beth okay? It looks like she passed out.
Beth, wake up. Look, there's people here to help you. You just lean forward a bit. Yeah, she's having trouble breathing. No, she hasn't had the virus test. Beth, they'll take care of you. Oh, God.
Hey, Terry, don't worry. They have to keep her in. I mean, it is a pretty nasty cough, though my guess is it's probably just a cold. But the nurses did say they won't really know without a test.
Thanks. I hope you're right that it is just a cold.
Just stay positive. She'll be fine.
Well, I'm trying, believe me. God, it's awful scary. So, what about you? I mean, there must be a stable of guys that want to date you. You're a very attractive young woman when you're not angry and spitting bullets, that is. Or are you waiting for your parents to find a husband for you?
Very funny. Sure, I've dated a couple guys my age, but honestly, they're mostly just really boring.
Boring?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I like guys who have more experience in life. People more like you, if you know what I mean. Someone I can have a meaningful conversation with, like we've had since you invaded our home.
Me? Really? I mean, thank you if that's a compliment. I always, I understood that boys and girls mature differently, but I would have thought at your age that'll level out.
Not in my experience.
Besides, isn't sex and planning for a family the most important things in a young woman's life?
Sex? What's that? No. Seriously, you can find sex anywhere, but it means so much more if you're with someone who has half a brain as well.
Like me.
Look, don't mention this to my parents, but I've been having an affair with one of the poli-sci professors at my university.
Seriously? I thought sex between students and teachers was frowned upon, banned. I mean, how old is this prof?
He's about your age, 50-ish or something like that. And nobody knows about it until now, and nobody will know unless you spill your gut.
Well, thanks for the compliment, but I'm a little past that age. And if he's married, that would be adultery. And isn't that against your religion?
What religion? Come on, you've been married for a long time. You can't tell me you've never been attracted to another woman. What do they say? Just because you've ordered the main course doesn't mean you can't have a little dessert.
And you're offering me some dessert?
Well, that's a little presumptuous. But what if I was?
Well, I'd be incredibly flattered. But then I'd understand that, you've been cooped up too long with all this isolation, and that your hormones are popping on you, and you like to tease me. And maybe you're just delusional.
That's very funny. Oh, look, we're back home. It was nice chatting with you.
Beth, I'm so glad to see the antibiotics are working for you. That was a pretty nasty case of bronchitis, but at least it wasn't COVID-19. I was worried since it kept you in the hospital for so long.
It was scary knowing that if I had the virus, there was a good chance I wouldn't be coming out.
And since your test results are negative, you'll be able to end this quarantine period with peace of mind. Of course, you're welcome to stay here for a few more days if you like. That'll give Malia more time to perfect her personal harassment skills.
Yeah. Plus, you could treat us to some more of that finger-licking Southern cooking. You keep that up, and who knows? I might even be nice to you.
Well, that was quite a scare for us, Beth. If you'd had the virus, we would all probably have gotten sick. And I can only shudder at the thought of having inflicted this horrible disease on such a wonderful family. I wish they tested me as well, but no symptoms, no test.
That's true. Even without symptoms, you can still spread the virus. And unless you're sick or a medical professional, they tell you not to wear a protective face mask. Go figure that one out.
I mean, it's all stupid anyway. It doesn't matter since we're all quarantined anyway.
That was a delicious meal, Donna, but the drugs are making me feel a little tired and telling me I should restore my body with some quality sleep before we leave for home tomorrow.
You people have been very kind to us, even Malia at times. You'll have to come and visit us once this epidemic is over. And next winter, join us in Florida. I just feel like we've acquired a new family.
Well, I'd be lying if I said it wasn't any trouble. But it was worth it, wasn't it? I mean, we made new friends. We've all managed to come through this scary moment in history safely.
Yes, I'll second that, Phil.
Look, I've got some work waiting for me. Houses are still selling. I don't get it at all. I mean, I wouldn't be buying a house today, taking such a big risk in an unsettled world. And it won't get any better until this epidemic is over or we're all dead. Don, are you okay with those dishes?
I totally agree. I mean, after 30 years selling houses, I'm sure glad I don't have to live on commissions, given where that market's heading. Hey, look, I'll clean up. It's the least I can do after such a great meal. Donna, you go put your feet up in front of the TV.
I'll give Terry a hand. Who knows? Maybe after we spend some time together, we'll find a solution for the peace in the Middle East that we can agree on. Did I mention that he reminds me of my poli-sci prof?